Hey there, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing Scorn of the Fallen Icebird, or commonly known as Glacial. We need to evoke an Esper 2 times or more, deal lightning damage to an enemy, and defeat 2 glacial sculptures with a limit burst. And I'll show you how we do that later on. Up first we got Sieghart. I'm not running him as evasion. We're going to be man-tanking some stuff. There can be a little bit of problem with your tank survivability below 50%. I'll go over that when we get there. Just be mindful of that. We're going to take Sacred Shield Charlotte as our magic tank. She's not going to be doing magic cover. She's just going to be innately provoking the single target attacks and mitigating them with her spirit. Other than that, she's going to summon Espers. She's going to get our missions done. She's like our utility unit for this one. And since we're bringing Elena, we're going to be bringing Myra and Sylvie. Myra's here to do Myra things. Myra is especially helpful for this because she's going to give us an Imperil and break the ads. That's going to let Elena finish with a limit burst. Other than that, she's just going to be healing. Myra is kind of important for this because I'm not sure if Elena can quite get the limit burst kill on the ads without that Imperil. Maybe just breaks work. Let me know. We're taking Sylvie. She's pretty much here for her resist buffs and her immunities. As always, she's going to be imbuing Elena with Holy. I'm not going to be using Lightning. I want to run this whole thing with Holy because that's what Myra can imperil, and I kind of want to play off that. This is my Elena. She's got a fair amount of ice, water, and wind resist. I didn't really go overboard here. I did put a fair amount though, and I put Spirit Slayer on. You can put Bird Slayer on, it doesn't really matter. She's on Tetra for more Bird Slaying. And Nico was kind enough to set us up a friend unit. His is really well geared as well. He's got the resist that we need, and status immunity, Bird Killer, all that good fun stuff. So with Glacial, you're going to take a preemptive attack. To fully resist the attack, you need 380% combined ice, wind, and water resist. You don't really need 380% on all your units. I'm just saying if you're going to fully immune it, that's what you need to get to. Ideally, what I try to do is just have enough to kind of survive that and let my spirit take care of the rest. And you need around 200% in general to do those 3 resists to do the trial. Obviously, you can do it with less because I'm doing it with less. As long as your units have decent defensive stats, that's really what matters. You don't have to go completely overboard on resist, but if you do, it's okay. There's not a turn limit on this one, so you can turtle this fight quite a bit and still be successful. So we're going to get a preemptive. You've got a 33% chance of the boss doing some gnarly effects to you. That's okay. Sylvie's going to fix all that for us. And as you can see, we take Imperils. Alright, we're going to get Sylvie to use double the fun, Spring Cleaning. And I want to use Marian Watch Over Me. That's going to unlock triple cast for me next turn. So we're not going with resist buffs quite yet. From her resist all buffs. And we're going to use a cooldown with Charlotte. And then Myra. This is one really handy thing with Myra. She's going to dual cast a heal to help us out from that preemptive. And she's going to use Dispelga. And Sieghart's just going to cover. And then our Elenas are going to use Aurora Arts and Way of the Aurora. Way of the Aurora. Make sure that Dispel goes off first so you don't remove your Imperil. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I brought lightning items to use on the boss so we get mission credit there. That is kind of important. Hopefully you went through and watched into this part of the video before you started on your own. Alrighty, with Sylvie, we're going to use triple cast. We're going to give us 50% resist to all. And then we're going to get a Holy Imbue for our Elenas. We'll get our Limit Burst ready. And then Myra is just going to do Myra things. She's basically just going to go through her rotation of her buff that changes and then hit single for healing. We'll chain our Elenas off. Get some decent damage on Glacial. Now with Charlotte, I'm just going to have her do her magic mitigation, and then we're just going to have Sieghart cover. And that's going to be pretty much their MO, going from 100 to 50%. And on the start of the fight and during each threshold, the boss gets 3 turns of mitigation. It's really kind of a Debbie Downer for this fight because it artificially extends the fight quite a bit. It's just one of those things, you know, we just gotta play around it. It's just part of the fight. So our Elenas aren't going to do like, oh my god, LOL damage this turn. They're going to do some damage, but it's not going to be as crazy as it can be. We'll do Interlude and hit single. And then Sylvie, we'll do Spring Cleaning and Gracious Night. That way we get the stop resist. We'll chain our Elenas. I mean, that's almost 15%, and we was under mitigation right there. You do need to be careful you don't drop the boss below 50% unless you've got 2 copies of each ad up top and down below, or else you won't be able to get mission credit for the UOC ticket. Alrighty, and now with Sylvie, we're just pretty much going to go into a rotation of using her limit burst and then Spring Cleaning and Gracious Night. We'll reload our Elenas. The boss isn't under mitigation right now. Hopefully we don't drop it below 50. That's really damn close. So we're just going to chill out with the Elena now. Like I said, we're just going to refresh Charlotte and Sieghart there. Then we'll do our main verse and our hit single. Alrighty, so when the boss goes through a threshold, it's going to get a buff. We definitely got to take care of that. So pay attention to your Elena gear on this. If you, like I said, if you drop below 50 there, you're not going to be able to get mission credit. So don't do that. We'll use Dispelga on the boss, and then we'll go and re-imbue ourselves with Holy and Way of the Blossom. This is just continuing on with our rotation. The boss absorbs ice, so we're not going to delve into that too much, but we definitely want the modifiers from that. And then we'll just do outro and hit single, and we'll just refresh these 2. We should get 2 more ads this turn. Awesome. So now, like I said, you got 2 ads up top and 2 ads below. That's an indicator that you can now go below 50 and you'll get the 2 big ads that you want. Since we're dropping below 50, it's kind of dangerous. We're going to go ahead and use Sieghart's mitigation. We'll summon an Esper to get that out of the way, and with Elena, we'll just triple cast Blade Crystal. We don't want to use the limit burst because we don't want to kill the ads that we spent so much time waiting on. And then with Myra, we are going to use intro and hit single. See, yeah, we're good there. And we'll chain our characters. Now, if you want to be a little bit more strategic about it, you can set up a burst turn there and drop the boss lower. I find it doesn't really matter for me, you know, how I go about it. You know, the boss, to me, we're just pretty much brute forcing this. The boss is going to die one way or another. So refresh Spring Cleaning, Gracious Night. Now what's going to happen here, like I said, the boss is going to buff itself. The ads are going to turn into big ads. This is where we're going to get the LB kill right here for the mission. This is another reason why Sylvie is really handy. So we're going to dispel the boss, remove that stat buff that it had, and then we'll use Interlude, and we'll use Piercing Voice. That's going to give us a defense and spirit break on the little ads and an Imperil. So our Elenas can go ahead and do work. And with Sieghart, we'll just refresh cover. Alright, we're close to the 30% threshold. We've got our second Esper out of the way. Again, if you want to wait out the mitigation now and then burst from 30 to dead, that's totally fine too. Just kind of be careful now that you're under 50, because those melee attacks can really hurt your tank if you're not running evasion. And check the boss periodically and make sure that that he doesn't buff himself. And keep an eye on your imbues with Elena. So we got 2 more turns of light. So basically, we're going to do 2 turns of Blade Crystal, and then we're going to have to re-imbue ourselves and use our cooldown again. And with Sylvie, we'll go ahead, since we did Gracious Night a few turns ago, we'll get our resistances back up. How many turns is... I think Sieghart's mitigation is 3 turns. We should have 1 more turn of it. Let's see here. Reduces damage. Yeah, we got 1 more full turn of it. So yeah, we dropped the boss to 19% there. I'll go ahead and redo this, because we should close this fight out pretty soon. And we'll use Charlotte's big mitigation cooldown again. And then Myra, we'll just do Myra things. I'm going to go ahead and put a re-raise up too. I feel like that makes me feel a lot safer here, just in case like Sieghart gets LOL DPS by the boss. He can at least get back up and keep doing his job. See, the boss buffs himself and then goes through his attacks here. Should hurt Sieghart. Yeah. I mean, it did 10,000 points of damage to him right there. So if you've got a lesser Sieghart, just be mindful of that. Like I said, he's got a full stat buff up. Elena should still have her ice imbue. Adds light element, yeah, he's still good to go. We'll refresh that. Cool, and we'll dispel the boss, and then Myra will just heal us back up. Let's see. I used his limit burst last turn. Should have 2 turns of cover. Reapply cover. And Charlotte, just do Knight's Command again. If you need to, entrust the Myra's limit burst over to one of your characters, Sylvie, Sieghart, whatever you need to do to get your buffs right. Next turn with Sylvie, we'll do her limit burst, get the resistances back up. See, the boss buffed himself again. That's a full stat buff right there. So we can do it with Myra. Doesn't really matter. I want to get the resistances back up with Sylvie. So we'll use Myra to remove the buffs from the boss. I think we're good to go ahead and get set up to kill the boss. We'll use Starlight, we'll re-imbue ourselves with Holy, and we'll use Way of the Aurora. Don't forget we gotta do lightning damage. I'm telling you guys that, and I'm telling me that. Sieghart covered last turn. We'll defend with him this turn to make sure that we've done everything in our power to keep him upright. I do believe we get we get an imperil from that. And we'll just get her to do our mitigations again. I think the mitigation dropped from the boss too. Let's see. No, he's got 1 more turn. Alright, cool. We use our limit burst. I'm going to go ahead and use my thunder item. Let's see. Sylvie's a good candidate to do it. She don't have anything going on right now. We'll use Zeus's Wrath to get some thunder damage on the boss. And like I said, I'm doing that just in case my Elena decides that time for Glacial to hit the ground. Let's hit single. If it's not this turn, it's next turn. Yeah, we're fine. We'll kill him next turn. Should have one more round to cover on Sieghart. Yeah. We'll refresh his limit burst. And Charlotte will refresh her mitigation. So we've used our 2 Espers. We hit it with lightning. That attack that hit everybody right there is a result of hitting the boss with lightning. And as you can see, Sieghart got hit really hard that turn. That's why I wanted to keep the re-raise on him before. That's unfortunate. The boss buffed himself. That's cool. We got plenty of ways to... I did holy right. So we'll remove those buffs. That's the thing with the boss. When he goes below, I think it's below 30, he can just randomly just buff the hell out of himself. I don't know if he has like a pattern to it or not, but thankfully we've got guys here to handle it. Then we'll just chain in, kill the boss. Nice and simple. Like I said, we're pretty much just brute forcing it with Elena. I like her for this clear because she can swap between single target and an AoE with her limit burst. Just be really careful with your tank on this. I didn't try it with evasion. You can. I know some other people have. I was just kind of like doing it this way the whole time, so I didn't really play around with my tank that much. I just knew that if I kept good buffs on him, kept his mitigations up, you know, defend every now and again, use a limit burst every now and again, he'd be all right. There we go. All missions, good deal. So we've got a bunch of rerun banners this weekend. The other thing coming up this weekend, they're rerunning a lot of the Mage events. The week 2 bosses. One of them is going to be the Nethicite boss, so if you don't have Nethicite, make sure that you get in the mix on these bosses and get them killed. Definitely check them out. Make sure you've got get the rewards for them anyways, because you can get them a second time, so we can have 2 Nethicite. That's really good. I'm really happy that Gimme did that. It's nice since they did like a comeback campaign in July. Now they're giving these the players that come back like an opportunity to get some of these other weapons and items and stuff that they might have otherwise missed. But we had, like I said, no new banner this week, so pulling on units is going to be kind of limited unless you're looking for something specific. I'd also like to mention that I'm streaming on Saturdays now. I got with my wife and she agreed to let me stream on Saturdays, so I like to start around 5. I play a little bit of FFBE and then I go into playing Destiny, so if you want to stop by, hang out, chat a little bit. I always like talking to people, you know, about whatever you want to talk about. So I hope you liked the video. Like I said, if I can help you out anyway, leave me a comment below. We'll try to get you some friend units set. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Toodaloo.